Good morning from up here in the Highlands. So it's a beautiful, stunning morning here with the sunshine. Oh, there we go, sun's coming up. Life's carrying on. So just a very quick piece as far as preparation. So when we're doing our business development, we obviously do a business plan. We make sure that we've got an idea of the finances and resources we're going to be requiring. We've looked at the human aspect. So what are our staff going to be? What skills do they need? And how many staff we're going to need, and who our client base is going to be, etc. So the question now is, are you doing the same for your family? And are you doing the same for your staff as far as from their families' perspective? Have you got, so I've just had a quick note from someone, an old peer of mine who's got a death grab bag. I'm not sure I'm necessarily going to say everyone should try and have one of those, but do you, which is brilliant if you do, but may not be everyone's cup of tea. But do you know where your will is? Do you know where your staff's personal details are, that if something happens to them, you can have all of that at hand? Have you got contingency plans in place so that if something happens to one of your staff, you know how to get hold of their family and their next of kin? So I guess it's just a little note as far as do the preparation now, whilst we're all safe, or predominantly, but when you've got time, when you've got time to prepare, when you've got time to have some of those difficult conversations with your staff and with your own families, and so that you can help look after them. So from that perspective is, where you can, get the paperwork in order. Have a look, and do you have all the details that you'd need if something happens to you, one of your team, one of your family? Have you had those conversations, especially in multi-generational, multinational, multi-religious and multi-belief system working environments? So many different considerations. But if you're getting your house in order now, it's another practicality. It's another piece of being a strong leader in your organisation, be it your family or your business. And so that if and when something happens, you all know that actually everything will be in order. We used to do this for my work all the time. And every time we were going somewhere, you'd have a little plastic container that had all your personal details in, your next of kin, your medical records, all of that kind of stuff. Well, I was in the military, so that's probably a little bit more in detail than maybe you're needing, but that's for you to decide. But the most important thing is, have you had those quite personal conversations to know what somebody would like to happen if something happens to them, and do they know what's to do for you? So have you got your own house in order? Often we forget to look after ourselves. So make sure you've got a will, that you've spoken to your nearest and dearest. And obviously these can be really tricky conversations. So do it with some gentleness and some empathy. Self-awareness, awareness of others, awareness of your environment. But getting our houses in order whilst we've still got time, whilst the emotions are not yet running too high, is let's be logical, let's be rational, let's be practical, and help put everything in place so that if something happens later on, emotions will be running high. That's the last time in the world you're then wanting to have these then difficult conversations. So ciao for now, have a good day, and if you can, just start exploring what your views are, what the views are of your family, what the views are of your team, what they'd like to happen to them, where their next of kin are. All of those just basic practicalities, and just makes it a lot easier as we broach the unknown. So have a great day and speak to you soon. Bye.